Hi everyone, welcome to this Pilates practice. My name's Debbie. I'm going to take you through the practice today. For those that don't know me and want to know a little bit about me, if you go to my YouTube channel, you can read my profile and you'll find a little bit about me, what I feel Pilates is focused around, and you'll get a little feel to know my thoughts around Pilates. We're going to be doing lots of core work today, core work number one. So a few props if you've got handy, a brick or a block. It's not necessary, you don't need it, but some people might want to use it for the beginning of our practice today. So we've got a block handy and weights if you want to use weights. Again, they're just an optional, but I do like to have them handy because you'll tend to find if you do my practices more that you'll see that I do use them. They help with the muscle growth, so obviously as we get older, start to deteriorate with the speed that our cells grow. So if you use muscles to work your arms, work your legs, and you build up your muscles, it will automatically promote your cells and tell them to grow faster. So it helps to sort of even out and balance our cells a little bit better. So today we're going to start in child's pose, which is one that I don't generally do, but sometimes it's quite nice to do something a little bit different, which is where the block comes in. So we're going to take ourselves around. Now you've got options with child's pose depending on how you feel and how your body's feeling today. So child's pose is a resting pose. You can use it throughout the practice at any point where you feel a little tired and need to rest. Always go into child's pose. So we're going to start, you can have your knees together and you bring yourself down, so you're breathing in, you're pulling in your core, and you're going to lower yourself down. Now you can lower your head so that it's resting there on the brick if that's good for you. You can just allow your head to drop down. You can have your hands up, you can have them down by your sides, you can have them on your back, whatever's good for you. Or you can take a wide leg. So your knees are now mat width apart, you've got your buttocks sitting on top of your heels, you're breathing in, you're pulling in your core, and you're going to lower yourself down from here. So for those that are new, with Pilates we breathe in through our nose, we breathe out through our mouth. Sorry if you can hear my dogs, by the way, going a bit crazy down there, don't know what's barking them. This is the second time they've done this week. You're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Every breath in, you pull in your core. Every breath out, you hold the core tighter. So I think you'll find today, because we are going to do a lot of core work, you'll get to sort of feel really what the core is doing and what it's about. So if you're coming with me with our knees wide as the mat, breathing in, pulling in our core, and as we breathe out, we lower ourselves down. Again, you can use your block to rest your forehead on. Don't have to use that. You can just take your head down and rest it onto the mat. You can take your hands out in front of you. You can take them to your side, or you can take them onto your back. Onto your back will allow the weight of just the natural weight of your arms to push down and allow the hips to open a little bit more. Okay, we're just going to rest here. We're going to take in some breaths. So you're going to breathe in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Filling your lungs, filling your body with air. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth as you let it all go. Every breath in, you feel the body, and as you breathe out, releasing the air, you release your body to relax in position. Then start to release that breath a little bit slower, till you find yourself starting to relax, getting heavy into the mat. If this is too much for you, you can always turn yourself onto your back and do your resting pose there, and you're looking at your body, feeling how you're feeling today. Allowing everything to go, your third eye pressed into the block or pressed into the mat beneath you. Allow that third eye to take focus there. And allow it to become heavy. Really focus on that third eye as your body weighs down.
Start to release the tension in your head. Releasing your neck. Releasing your shoulders down. If you've got your hands onto your back, now move them round and take them to the front of your mat so that you've got the release of the arms. Softening down here. Releasing your legs. And then gently pushing your hands to the side of your head, pushing your head up, keeping your eyes closed if you had them closed while you bring yourself up. Bringing yourself up to seated, rolling your shoulders back and down. Pulling in your core, shoulders up, breathing out through the mouth, but you're still holding the core tight. Breathing in, pull that core tight. And as you breathe out, raising your arms upwards. Bring the palms together, holding it there. Pulling in that core, holding it tight. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, pulling in the core. Hold that core tight, but release your legs down. Don't tense up, release the legs down. We're just holding ourselves with our core, releasing everything else, just holding that core tight. This is where our core work starts to come in. Right at the beginning, we're holding the core. Breathing out as you bring the arms back down. Okay, gently bringing yourself onto the mat. Move the block out of the way if you had the mat block there. And we're going to bring ourselves down. So we're going to do it, you can come down from your side if you wish, left hand side if you have low blood pressure. If you're coming down with me, we're seated tall, we've got our hands out in front, we're breathing in, we're pulling in our core. And as we breathe out, we C curve down. So we don't drop back, we C curve, allowing our back to bend and roll down, one vertebra at a time, pulling in the core, holding yourself with your core. If you get to a point where you can't hold it with your core, take behind your legs and allow yourself to come down with the support of your thighs. Bringing yourself all the way down to the floor. Okay, bringing your feet up so they're nicely hip width apart. This is where our core again is going to come into play. We're going to get our neutral spine. So taking your hands into a triangular shape, taking them over the front of your pelvis. You breathe in, you pull in your core. And as you do so, you'll feel the core go down. As you breathe out, you pull in the core more. And you just slightly tilt the pelvis upwards away from the floor. And then as you release down, you'll hold the core tight. Breathe in, pull the core tighter. Breathing out, tilting up, holding the core. Releasing down, holding the core. Breathe in, pull the core tighter. And as you breathe out, you release upwards. Then come down, holding the core. That there is what we want to hold. That's our neutral spine. So we're going to start shaking our hands, just our hands behind our head. And what we're going to do is we're just going to be lifting the elbows up. Nothing else, just lifting the elbows. So you breathe in, you're pulling in that core. And as you breathe out, you hold the core tight, you lift the elbows up. Breathing in, pulling in the core, releasing the arms down. Breathing out through the mouth as you lift the arms up and you squeeze that core tight. Just keep doing that with your breath, holding the core tight, lifting just the elbows up, nothing else, just the elbows. Real core work here. No, you don't think it's doing a lot, but you will notice it. If you keep holding that core in every breath you take, breathing in through the nose as you lie down, holding the core, breathing out through the mouth as you lift up, holding the core. Bringing the arms down, hold that core tight, don't let it go. Still holding the core tight, taking your arms out to T-shape, holding them at a T-shape, holding that core tight. Breathe in, pulling in that core, and as you breathe out, holding the core tight, you lift the arms up. Breathing in as you lower them down, holding that core. Don't allow the arms to touch the floor now, we're keeping them in the air. breathing out as you raise, breathing in as you lower, breathing in down there, breathing out as you lift them back up, breathing out, holding them down there, breathing in, pulling in that core, breathing out through the mouth as you lift them up. Keep that core working, keep your breath going, lifting the arms up, then lowering that down, all the time working it from the core. Then bringing them up here, you take your right arm back, you take your left arm forward, bringing them up to meet in the centre, right arm goes down, left arm goes back. So we're doing a scissor with our arms, breathing in as we pull in our core, breathing out as we push the arms away in the opposite direction, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, holding the core tight as you push the arms away, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, pushing the arms away, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, core tight, pushing the arms away, bringing them up to meet in centre, breathing in, hold that core, and as you breathe out, you drop the arms behind you, they're not touching the floor, holding them there, hold your core, holding your arms there, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, you lift the arms back up, hold that core tight, don't let it go, breathe in, pulling in that core, dropping the arms behind you, holding it there, keep breathing, but every breath you hold the core tight, squeeze it tight, leaving the arms behind, squeezing the arms, squeeze the arms, squeeze the core, bringing the arms back up and bringing them down. Okay, we'll just have a little release out of the core. So bringing up our right leg, squeezing it towards us, bringing up our left leg, squeezing it in. Squeeze, release, breathe in, pull in the core. And as you breathe out, hold the core tight, squeeze the legs towards you. And coming down with a relaxed core. Just give the legs a little tiny move one way and then a tiny move the other way. And now hold the core. And you can move the legs further as you're holding the core because you're supporting your spine. Keep that core held tight as you circle the knees in one way. Come into centre, holding the core tight. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. And circle the legs in the opposite direction. Keep working that core. And then coming back to centre, allow the legs to go down, hold the core, hold it tight. Okay, we're going to try and do a sit-up, okay, from there. Now you can do your sit-up from here, we'll start here actually, so breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, just lifting your head, just the head, nothing else. Releasing back down, breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, just lift your head. Coming back down, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, just lifting your head. Breathing in. Now breathing out, you're going to lift your head and your shoulders. Breathing out as you lower back down. Breathing in, pulling in the core. As you breathe out, head and shoulders. Now bring the elbows together, holding it up there. Let's move the elbows out and in. Holding that core tight, moving the elbows out, moving them in. Elbows out and in. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. For every breath you hold the core tight. And then release your head down. Now you can stay with any of those or you can try and do a sit-up. Now when we say sit-up, we don't come here and we don't throw ourselves up, okay? We're going to try and do it so that we come up one vertebra at a time. So you're taking your arms over, you're bringing them up, you're breathing in, you're pulling in your core. And as you breathe out, you slowly come up, one vertebrae at a time, feet staying on the mat, you're bringing yourself up, you're using your core to bring yourself all the way up. If you can't bring yourself up without throwing yourself, don't do it, because you're just going to damage your spine. The slightest throw, you're whacking forward, you're putting a jolt onto your spine, which you don't want. The other way you can do it is with hand weights, okay? So if you've got the hand weights, you're also working your arms and you're building the muscles up there. But again, we don't want throwing ourselves up. We don't even want to sort of get to here. You get to this point and you feel you've got to shove yourself up. Don't do it. I can already feel that in my lower spine. I don't need to be doing that. If you can't come up, then stay at one of the lower options where we're just doing it from here. You can take your legs long. You can have them here. Whatever's good for you. Having them long, you'll get a little bit more pull around your lower core. So if you're breathing in, and as you're breathing out and lifting up here, you'll get a slight more pull around your lower area. So that's what you're looking for. We're looking for control on the core. So we're going to breathe in, pulling in our core. Wherever you are, you're going to start to do your sit-ups, okay? So breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, you roll yourself up. Wherever you are, if you're with me, we're coming up slowly. We're coming up just one vertebrae. We're sitting tall. Breathing in up there, breathing out as you come back down, holding that core. Breathing in, breathing out as you come up. Breathing in as you lower. Breathing out as you come up. That's 3. Breathing out through the mouth. That's 4. We've got 4 more to go, guys. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. That's 4. That's 3. Wherever you are, keep that core pulled in. That's 2. And we've got 1 more coming up. So wherever you are, bring yourself up now so that you're seated and you're long on your mat. We're going to do some work here, seated. Okay, actually you can do this with your weights as well. So if you don't have weights and you've got your arms out in front of you, make sure your core's pulled in. Flex your arms. Don't just flop them. Don't just up here flopping around. Flex them. Work your muscles wherever you are. You're going to work your muscles. We're going to be bringing our arms out. We're going to be bringing them in. We're going to be bringing them down. Using our core to lift the arms, to take the arms out, to bring the arms in and bring the arms down. Each breath you're taking, you're going to hold that core tight. Feel the core working. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in through the nose, core tight. Breathing out through the mouth, core tight. Breathing in through the nose, core tight. Breathing out through the mouth. Holding your weights if you wish to take extra work here. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Holding that core as tight as you can. The core is what's working. Try not to put the arms down now as well. Try and hold them up. We're holding the core. We're working from the core. We're not using, well, we are working the arms, but we're working it from our core. The core is giving the stability for us to be at this position, holding it. Holding it as tight as you can. And okay, if you've been using the weights, maybe give your arms a little bit of a shake. And then bring yourselves round. We're going to do some classic Pilates roll up, roll downs. Just release out what we've just done there. So bring yourself round onto all fours. Curling under your toes at the back. Walking your fingertips towards your knees and pushing your knees off of the floor. Taking your fingertips a little bit closer towards your toes. Pushing into them until your feet are flat on the floor and you're hanging down. Okay, if you need to have your knees bent here, that's absolutely fine. You're just hanging. Okay, taking hold of opposite arms and elbows to just allow yourself to hang there. Release your neck out, shaking your head no, nodding your head yes. Holding that there. Then dropping your hands down, breathing in, pulling in your core. And as you breathe out, holding the core tight, you start to raise up. Taking your hands to the front of your legs, keeping that core tight on every breath that you take. Can't always come up in one big breath. So you're coming up, your lower back, your mid back and your upper back will come up. Your shoulders will go back and down, your neck lifts, and finally your head. Every time you move, the core is tight. So as I say, breathing in, pulling in your core, and as you breathe out, you roll down. You're not necessarily going to be able to go all the way down if you're going very slow on one breath. So you're going to take extra breaths. But each time you take that breath, you pull the core in. Don't relax it. So shoulders back and down, standing nice and tall. Breathing in, pulling in your core. And as you breathe out, you drop your chin to your chest. Your shoulders come forward and your hands go to the front of your legs. Your upper, your mid and your lower back will come down. And you're rolling yourself all the way to the floor. You squeeze your glutes. You squeeze everything tight. You hold that core tight and you come down to your point of comfort. You hold it there. Just for a moment, you breathe in, you pull in your core even tighter, and as you're rolling up, breathing out, you're holding your core tight, your hands are to the front of your legs. Your lower, your mid and your upper spine will come up. When you're up to the upper spine, your shoulders will go back and down, your neck, and finally your head lifts. Shoulders back and down, breathing in, pulling in your core. And as you breathe out, you drop your chin to your chest. You start to roll down. You bring your hands to the front of your legs, coming all the way down, all the way to the floor. Coming down there, breathing in, pulling in your core. And as you breathe out, you bring yourself all the way back up again. Squeezing your glutes as you do, squeezing, holding the core tight. Coming up, shoulders, neck and head. Okay, so now we're going to do some support with the wall, okay, because I find that quite handy to have a wall if you've got a wall nearby to hold on to for some support for our core work here. Taking your hands to the wall, taking your feet so that they are slightly wider than hip width, okay? So you're going to breathe in, pulling in that core, and as you breathe out, you push yourself forward. Hold that core, breathing in, breathing out as you push back, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out as you come forward, breathing in, breathing out. Core work. We're using our arms, but we're also holding our core tight here, squeezing our glutes, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You come in, pushing away, don't hold your breath, keep breathing, keep squeezing that core. If you squeeze that core tight, I swear you will feel this tomorrow. You will feel you have worked your abdomen. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, holding it there. How did that feel? There's a little bit of core work there. Then you're just going to take one hand onto the wall. Going to step back a little bit further. You're going to take that actually, you know, so you've got your right foot. You're going to be bringing up. So we've got our left foot and our left hand against the wall. Bringing up our right leg, just for a little stretch here. Stretching our legs. You're going to bend forward. You've got the support of the wall, but you're holding your core. Hold your core tight. Squeezing and holding that core. Releasing back down. Hold the core, don't let it go. So we've now got our right hand, the right leg pushed into the wall, so your arm will be dead straight, not here. We're back out here with our arm, so we've got a nice straight arm. Pulling in your core, taking your left leg up and squeezing up with your left leg, pushing away from the wall. Squeezing here, holding that core tight, and then releasing down. Coming round, so you've now got your back against the wall, taking your feet down, so again, they're just around about hip width apart. You put your back against the wall, nice and firmly, holding it there, and holding that core tight. holding it here. You're going to work your legs now, but you're holding your core. Hold that core tight. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, holding the core tight. Now we're going to start to work our arms here as well. So as we did it on the floor, we're going to do our arms up, opposite arms, opposite leg, coming down and coming up. So we're just going to do alternate arms, holding the core here as you do. Keep working that core. Keep holding that core, don't let it go. And coming back to centre, put your hands into the wall and push yourself up to standing. Okay, let's bring ourselves back to our mats. Let's sit ourselves down. Okay, we're going to come round. We're going to take our legs into a cross position, but what we're going to do is we're going to take, so we've got our left leg, our right hand around that foot, left hand around our right foot so that our feet are off the floor, and we're sitting with a nice straight back and we're squeezing in our core. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, pull the core tighter. Really squeeze that core. Squeezing it. Don't let it go. And holding the core. I'm just going to spin round. You could stay where you are. So, got our feet, we're holding our feet, okay? So we're now going to release our right leg and our left leg so that we're into a boat position, so that we've got our calves to a right angle to the floor, and we're on our glutes, we're pulling in our core. Holding our core, you can hold behind the back of your legs, you can take your arms out in front. And we're going to hold it here, wherever you are, for 8. Keeping that core pulled in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking your legs down and bringing your feet down. Now, wherever you were, whatever legs, swap over legs. So this time I've got my right leg under my left, and we're doing that again. We're sitting nice and tall, sitting nice straight back, pulling in your core, shoulders back and down, holding your feet, holding it here for 8, 7, keep pulling in the core, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the legs out, we're coming back to our boat position, so our legs are now parallel, calves parallel to the mat in front, our arms out, pulling in that core for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold it there. Let's see if we can do our scissor arms here for 8, holding in that core, 7, 6, 5, 4, hold the core tight, don't hold your breath, 3, 2, and 1. Hands behind the legs, bringing the legs back down. Should now be feeling some core muscles that are working. So we're just going to have a little bit of stretch out now, and then we're going to take some relaxation. So a nice core workout there today. Short but effective. So we're just going to bring ourselves down to the mats. You can bring yourself down from seated again, arms out in front, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, we C-curve down, holding it there. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, you lower yourself down, hold it there. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, hold it there. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, lower yourself down as slow as you can to the floor. And then we can do a little bit of release out here of our stomach. So let the stomach relax. Breathing into the belly, letting it fill up with air. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathing into the belly, filling it with air. Breathing out through the mouth. So you breathe in through the nose, feel that belly. Feel it rise, you can put your hands onto it, feel it rise. Breathing out. Just releasing those muscles out that you've been holding, breathing in into the belly, breathe in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth. Amazing. Okay, bring in your right leg, bring it in, squeeze it in towards you. Don't hold the core now, we're releasing the core out, so breathing in. Taking the right leg up so you've got the flat of the foot facing the ceiling. Bringing the right hand to the outside of the foot and bringing it down, bringing the knee towards your armpit. Half happy baby. Just releasing the sides because we've worked the side muscles. This will release the side muscles as well as your hip. And then bringing that down. Bringing the left leg up, squeezing it in towards you. Not holding the core, just relaxing. Taking the foot so it's facing the ceiling, around the outside. Bringing the knee down to the elbow, releasing out the side of the core. Releasing your hip. Releasing down. Okay, just rolling yourself on to your tummies. Just going to release out a little bit here as well. So just allowing the legs to flop, shaking the legs, letting them flop. Bringing your hands so you've got your left hand on top of your right, resting your head down and just shaking the glutes, allowing the tummy to release here. Breathing into the belly and breathing out. Breathing into the belly, breathing out. And taking your hands down by the sides, taking them behind your back, clenching your hands together if you can, and just raising your shoulders off the floor. Feel the stretch along the front of the tummy, front of the body, your torso stretching. If it's too much with your hands there, just put your hands to the side, but don't push into them because we're just lengthening the core. We're not got a little bit of a back bend going on, but you also find that the front of your core is being stretched forward here, which is what we're aiming to do because we've just worked all those muscles. Bringing yourself down, taking your right hand on top of your left this time, resting your head. And again, giving a little shake of the glutes. Breathing in, into the belly, breathing through the nose and feel the belly. Pushing it into the mat beneath you, stretching out and releasing down. Breathing in, pulling into the core and breathing out. One more time with a long stretch along the body now. So we're going to take our hands out in front. We're going to pull away with our fingertips. It's quite nice if you've got a nice mat there that you can grip onto. So we're going to pull away with our fingertips, stretching the arms, but also you'll feel the pushing away with the feet and pulling with the fingertips. You're stretching your tummy. So it's a full body stretch on the front. And then rolling yourself round onto your back again. We'll do our full body stretch here on our back. If you have lower spine issues, you can take your knees together, feet mat width apart, and take your full body stretch there. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, you pull your core and you push your back down into the mat. You stretch your arms away, you stretch your feet away, and you take a full body stretch as you're pushing. You're squeezing the belly in this time, but you're still stretching away, and then you're releasing. Taking your hands down by your sides, taking your feet up and giving yourselves a little bit of release out around the glutes. Legs long, shaking the body, and then allow yourself to start to relax down and just appreciate the core work that you've just done. Taking the arms away from the body, palms facing upwards, release your neck, rocking your head from side to side, closing your eyes down now, just for the final bit of relaxation. Come into centre with your head, shoulders back and down, getting yourself comfortable, feet dropping outwards, relaxing, ankles, calves, knees and thighs. Let both legs go. Release your glutes and your pelvis, your lower spine. And now releasing the core muscles that you've been working on. Really let them soften, let them go. You might feel some tenseness there because you've been holding them for quite some time. Quite difficult to relax when you've been working them so hard. Releasing your back, your lower spine, your mid-spine and your upper spine. The length of your back in the floor beneath. Releasing your chest down, your whole torso, let it be soft. Releasing your hands, your wrists, your lower arms, your elbows and your upper arms. Both arms just soft and heavy. Release your shoulders, your neck and your head. Let your facial muscles go. Release your jaw, your cheekbones, your eyes, your eyelids, your eyebrows and your forehead. As your body relaxes, feel areas that are tense that you've worked. Ask them to soften. Be soft. Enjoying these few moments for you. Rise and fall with the breath in your belly. Any thoughts that come into your mind, acknowledge them. Tell them you'll come back to them later. Keep laying still. Softening down. Start to become aware of the room around you. Listening to any noises that you can hear nearby and further afield. Start to bring senses back. Maybe moving your fingers, moving your toes. Bringing yourself round onto your side, left hand side if you have low blood pressure. And then pushing yourselves up when you're ready to a nice seated position. Maybe you've got crossed legs, maybe you've got your legs out in front, trying to keep your eyes closed down if you can. And when you are there, taking a big breath in, raising your arms up, your hands above your head, bringing them down past your forehead, past your nose, your mouth, down to your heart centre. Gently lifting your head and blinking your eyes open, bringing you back into the here and now. And giving yourselves a clap. Well done, guys. Thank you. Hope your core's not too sore tomorrow. If it isn't, you never worked hard enough. Bye.